So there's every chance that in recent weeks and months you've heard all about the arrival on the computer technology scene of ChatGPT, which is a form of AI, artificial intelligence. A lot of the initial scare stories relating to students and education were all about how this will allow students to basically let AI do the thinking for them, let them do all the coursework for them, write all their essays for them. And yes, there is a certain element of that. But beyond those scare stories, what ChatGPT offers is an absolutely amazing resource when it comes to helping you with your revision for the forthcoming exam. So what I'm just going to do is just demonstrate for you just a few, I'm really scraping the surface here, a few of the things that ChatGPT could possibly do for you in relation to media studies. And who better to ask, of course. This is the home screen that you will see when you log in on your, I'm doing it on my laptop here on my MacBook. You can do it on your phone, on your mobile as well. So you'll see this, I've got loads of things already racked up. I've been asking it stuff for weeks now. And it's basically, I've just outsourced all my thinking to this thing. So, who better to ask than ChatGPT, how it can help me revise for my A-levels. And this is what it gives us. Ask questions, practice exam questions, summarise key topics, suggest study materials, time management, loads of interesting things it can do. It's far better than just going on Google, which will, of course, give you resources that you've got to wade through. This is essentially plucks everything that's there on the web and just seamlessly meshes it all together. There are a few limitations with it, it's got to be said. It isn't always 100% factually accurate, so you've got to look out for that, but that's quite good because it makes you, sort of trains you to actually read carefully and closely and think, is ChatGPT telling me the truth there? You can't trust every single thing that it says. So let's ask it this. Doing Life on Mars. How does Series 3, Episode 1, use narrative devices? And what this does, again, this is an answer that's coming through in real time here, and it gives us a few really relevant points. Essentially, it's just a summary. This is not a full answer, of course. If all you did was write that in your exam, you're not going to get a great mark. But this, to help you with your revision, is a brilliant starting point. Let's take another, let's test it, put it through its paces again. Let's ask it something else. So what do we want to move on to this time? Let's have a think. What else are we doing on this here exam? Okay, how's the newspaper industry regulated in the UK? Well, it should be telling us about things like IPSO and how it replaced the PCC, and sure enough, it's telling us all about IPSO and how it replaced the PCC, and it's telling us about the Editor's Code of Practice, and it's telling us about the UK government's involvement, and it doesn't mention the Times, the Daily Mirror, because we've not asked it to. But if we did, it probably would. Go on, let's have another one. Okay, so what are the issues facing the newspapers of the digital era? This is something I made a video about. Why did I bother? Could have just asked ChatGPT to do it for me, because it's coming up with all the same stuff. Declining readership, advertising revenue, competition from digital platforms, misinformation. As I mentioned before, I've got to be on guard for this, the paywalls idea. This is a brilliant resource. It just, so as I say, it uses the entire internet as a brain from which it takes all its information and squeezes it out into a really clear, easy to read, easy to comprehend format. If you wanted to do, it could give you that information in the style of, I don't know, you name an artist, Kanye West, cancelled, name a non-cancelled artist, Oasis, Bob Dylan, whoever, and it will, he's an old guy, by the way, and it will just give you all the information you want. So, how does Henry Jenkins' theory, how could it be applied to Zoella? Can't answer this, can it? It's ChatGPT. It can do anything. Textual poachers, communities of practice, effective economics. Some great buzz phrases here. I'd love to see these dropped in a few essays that I was marking from my classes. Superb stuff here again. ChatGPT just, coming out with flying colours here as we put it through its paces. So that just gives you a little flavour of what ChatGPT can do. It can do all kinds of things. You want it to set you some true or false questions, it'll do that. You want it to set you some past exam questions, it'll do that. You want it to give you model answers, you can do that. You can't always trust it, like I say. You've got to be careful, read it through, really, really careful, scrutinise everything that it says. There's a chance there's misinformation coming through, but on the whole, this is an absolutely brilliant, totally free resource, and in my view, absolute game changer when it comes to A-levels and revision and education in general. So get on it and use it to your advantage.